Atlas Intel is a polling firm. They were the closest polling to the actual results in 2024. They got the Electoral College completely right. And now they've just released some new polling for the Democrat and Republican primary in 2028, which again, a lot of people are like, well, that's in forever. I think it's relevant because at this point, we don't know who's going to succeed Donald Trump, and we don't know who's going to lead the Democrat Party. So it's actually very interesting. And so I want to show you those polls right now, and then I'm going to talk about what a matchup, a head-to-head between these two individuals would look like. So let's start with the Republican Party. I'm going to give my 2 cents, of course, in this as well. What we see here, and what you can see, is that Vance has a comfortable lead on top with 37.3%. However, you'll notice that's down 22.5% from April. The reason why I think that is, I think people are looking at his economic policy, which he's very pro-tariff, and they don't love that. And I think people are starting to understand who JD Vance is a little bit more. That's my 2 cents. He was at like 60% at one point. And so to be at 37%, he has a commanding lead for sure. But this could change a lot, and you're seeing the momentum not with him. Below him, we see Rubio, who had a massive uptick. I think very well deserved. I think Rubio has been the best member of Trump's cabinet. He's been the most pro-MAGA out there, not only in what he says, he's fantastic and all of that, but also what he's doing. So I think Rubio is going to be up there. Trump Jr., stupid, garbage. I'm sorry, no. No, we're not. This isn't a monarchy. We don't care. Your family doesn't automatically make you a good politician. Donald Trump Jr. is not going to run the country the same way as Donald Trump. I don't think he has the chops for it at all. He should not be on this poll at all. It's ridiculous. Anyone voting for Donald Trump Jr., no. Stop. DeSantis, 8%. He's great. Ramaswamy, also great, but I don't think he's going to run in 2028. He's running for governor of Ohio right now for 2026, so I don't even know why they would even allow him to be in this poll. I think he might run in 2032, but 2028, no. And then a lot of people below that, I don't think any of them really have a chance, even though I think, Tim Scott, Youngkin, Kemp, I think those are good people, and Cotton as well for that matter. I think these are good people who would make fine presidents. I just don't think they're going to go above DeSantis and Rubio and Vance. So Vance is on top in that one. If we go to the Democrat side, also a big shift. What you see here is Buttigieg is in the lead, which he's not in the lead in many polls. And he actually is almost as commanding the lead as Vance does. 31.5%. AOC is in a similar play. Ironically, it's Buttigieg at the top. And in a similar fashion, in similar numbers to Vance and Rubio, we have Buttigieg and AOC. AOC is at 19.4%. So Buttigieg and AOC have gained ground. Most of the lost ground is coming from Kamala Harris, which makes perfect sense. Kamala Harris is not going to be the nominee. There's no chance. It's just simply name recognition. That's why she's still on there. I think she's going to run for California governor, if you ask me. If she runs for president, it won't matter. She's not going to win anyway. Newsom is close behind, and Shapiro and Whitmer. Everyone below that have zero chance. I think Shapiro and Newsom and Whitmer all have a chance. I think, and Booker is up there as well. Booker has no chance either. I don't know why he's on there. But I really think Buttigieg, AOC, Newsom, Shapiro, Whitmer, all of them have a chance of taking it. I think AOC is ultimately going to do that. However, Buttigieg is the top. So that means we're looking at a JD Vance versus Pete Buttigieg matchup according to this poll as it stands. And I guarantee it's going to change, but I'm taking it as it is. I have to say, this is my analysis of this and who I think would win. I think Pete Buttigieg is a massive miscalculation for Democrats for this very simple reason. When it comes to a woman running for president, I don't think Americans care. I really don't. I think they would totally elect a very competent one. When it comes to a racial minority, like a Black American or a Hispanic American or an Asian American, I don't think Americans care. I think if there's a competent one, they could win, no problem. When it comes to someone who is incredibly openly gay, who literally has had children in a summer camp pledge allegiance to the pride flag, like Pete Buttigieg has, I do not think that anyone is up for that. I don't think moderate Republicans certainly would never vote for Pete Buttigieg. I don't think independents would vote for him, and I even think there's some Democrats that would not. Again, forget about Republicans right now. Obviously, none of them are going to vote for Pete Buttigieg, but I don't think moderate Democrats or independents are ready for that. I don't think they're going to do that as progressive, even as the Democrat Party has become. Pete Buttigieg is a very good speaker, but ultimately, I think the backlash to the radical LGBTQ agenda is fierce right now, very strong. We also have record low approval towards same-sex marriage as evidence of that. And I think Pete Buttigieg, excuse me, would not be popular in the eyes of independents. I don't think he's going anywhere. And those are the consequences, again, of heavily pushed LGBTQ agenda over the course of the last decade, even 2 decades. Now, I don't think JD Vance is super fantastic either. Like, I think Pete Buttigieg would lose to JD Vance, but I don't think JD Vance is incredibly popular right now. His approval rating is not very high. He has some very troubling beliefs, I think, for most moderate Americans when it comes to foreign policy and the economy. So I'm not saying that this would just be a slam dunk for JD, but I think Republicans have the edge in this for sure. So I think Republicans would be much better served if Marco Rubio or a DeSantis were running instead of JD Vance. But if Democrats do make the mistake of running Pete Buttigieg, I don't think it will matter what the Republican nominee is. I think Democrats will lose either way. The left is a cult, guys. I talk all about it in my newly released book, A New Cult. You can check it out right now. I talk about some crazy stories that you will definitely enjoy. I think they will shock you. I had a great time researching it, great time writing it. Go check it out right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel so other great patriots like yourself will see it. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the live show, or you can check out another video right here.